What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Bit of Footy YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be running through my round 18 tips, as well as having a look at how I did back in round 17. So let's just get straight into the nitty gritty here. Alright, in round 17 I got 5 out of 9 tips, which puts me on 89 points in total. Let's have a look at what I got wrong and right. So I got the Thursday night game incorrect. I tipped the D's by 4 points. Obviously the Cats got up. The Friday night game, I tipped the Swans over the Dogs, and that was correct, so thank God for that. I tipped the Pies over the Roos. Now, I normally don't tip the Pies, and we almost got done as well, but thankfully my boys got up in the last quarter. It was just a very nervy game, that one, but thankfully they got up and got me another tip correct. I tipped the Tigers over the Suns, and it was looking good until the Suns had one of their best wins in their history, with Anderson kicking that goal after the siren. The Saints, I tipped the Saints over the Dockers. The Dockers, though, just looked too good and they got the job done over the Saints, so I didn't get that one right. I got the Power correct over the Giants. I didn't get the Bombers over the Lions correct, and I was having thoughts about this game considering how many bloody players from the Lions got hit with COVID and all that, and a few injuries and all that. But yeah, I still went the Lions, and obviously the Bombers got up, so I didn't get that tip correct. And then I got the Hawks over the Crows correct, which was good, and then I also got the Blues over the Eagles correct. So again, 5 out of 9 tips correct. In my own competition, I'm in 22nd spot. In first spot, well, there's actually equal first positions. We've got Georgie's and Alex as well, both on 101 points. Geordie Pluto dropped down to, well, basically equal second, with 99 points. Fiji is on 99 as well, and so is Chris on 99 as well. So it's a pretty much three-way tie for second, two-way tie for first, and then the list goes on from there. But yeah, like I said, I'm in 22nd spot on 89 points, 12 behind the leader. So yeah, I'm pretty much done and dusted, like I say every week anyway. But yeah, without further ado, let's not waste any more time and get into my round 18 tips. Alright, kicking off round 18, we've got the Dogs taking on the Saints at Marvel Stadium in what will be a very interesting clash. Obviously, the Dogs coming off that disappointing loss to the Swans, but the Saints also coming off a disappointing loss to the Dockers last weekend. So yeah, it's a very tough one to pick this game, especially with both teams coming off losses. There's such evenly matched sides as well, so that just makes it even tougher to pick. But I've made my mind up and I've went with the Dogs in this one, and I've only backed them in by 11 points because, like I said, they're just so evenly matched, and I feel like it's just going to be a very tightly contested game, this one. It should be a very entertaining game to watch. But yeah, I'm going to back the Dogs in this one by 11 points in what should be a very, very tightly contested game of footy. Moving on to the Saturday afternoon games, and we have the Crows versus the Pies as the first Saturday Arvo game. Listen, I tipped the Pies last weekend, and I know that they won, but they almost lost to North Melbourne. And in the matchday vlog of that video of the Pies versus North Melbourne one, there was a comment saying like, oh, I see why you don't tip the Pies in your tipping videos, because they almost lost to North Melbourne. So at least people are starting to understand why I don't tip my team too often. But yeah, the pessimism has gotten to me this weekend, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, Pies fans, but I'm going back to tipping against the club. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but it's just the pessimism inside me. It's the what did I call it? It's the superstition inside me. That's the word. It's a superstition inside me. Yeah, I'm a very superstitious man, as I said a few tipping videos back. But yeah, I'm going to be backing the Crows in this one. Obviously, in the real game, I will be backing my boys to get the job done. I'll actually be going to Adelaide over Oval. I'll be driving up there to see the game, or driving across there to see the game pretty much. But yeah, I'm very excited for that because I've never been to the Adelaide Oval to watch a game of footy, so that should be good. So yeah, I'll be there supporting the boys, obviously. But yeah, for the tipping wise, I'm going to be tipping the Crows just because the pessimism has got the best of me. But in real life, I'll obviously be backing the boys. So that's the explanation behind it. All right. Next game up, we've got the Giants taking on the Lions at Manuka Oval. I'm going to be backing the Lions in this game. Obviously, they couldn't get the job done last weekend, but they came very close with a quite depleted side against the Bombers. So that was impressive to see how they fought through that game. The Giants, on the other hand, I mean, bloody hell, they got kept to 29 points against Port Adelaide. So that wasn't a very good showing from them. Obviously, I feel like the Giants are going to be looking for a response this weekend to that game. But I feel like the Lions will just be a little bit too good. Like I said before, hopefully they can get a few of their gun players back in this weekend that weren't in last weekend. And yeah, hopefully they can get the win for my tip. Next game, we've got the Roos taking on the Tigers at Marvel Stadium. Now, it's my brother's birthday coming up this weekend, and he is an avid North Melbourne supporter. So in that sake, I do hope North Melbourne win for him, just as like a birthday present. But in the tipping sake, I will be tipping the Tigers in this game. Obviously, they've just been the better team than North Melbourne all season round. They've just been playing the better footy than North Melbourne. But yeah, like I said, I'm hoping in my heart that North Melbourne get the job done for my brother as a birthday present. But yeah, Richmond should realistically get the job done, so I'm going to tip them in this game. Also, really feel bad for Noble. Hopefully he can find another coaching job that's, Noble, the previous coach of North Melbourne, or the coach that just was of North Melbourne. Hopefully he can find another coaching job or a job in the AFL realm, because he is a genuine good bloke, and he's Johnny Noble's dad as well, so how could I not like him? Next up, we have the Blues taking on the Cats at the MCG. It's going to be a very interesting game to watch. I mean, both teams are coming off good wins. The Blues coming off a good win against the Eagles in Perth, and the Cats coming off a very, well, you'd say the more impressive win against the D's at GMHBA Stadium. But yeah, I'm going to be backing the Cats in this one. I just feel like, they controlled that game against the D's so well last weekend. They just looked very mature in that game, and I feel like they're just going to take a heap of confidence from that game, bring it into this weekend against a very good Carlton side, and be able to get the job done in what should be a very close game at the MCG. Next up, we have the Dockers taking on the Swans at Optus Stadium in another tough game to pick for this week. Bloody hell. I've backed the Dockers in this one, though. I just feel like they'll be a little bit too good for the Swans. No doubt the Swans have been an incredible team this year, and they continue to be so. I mean, that win against the Dogs was no exception as well. They were just terrific in that game, and they're just really finding some good form at the back end of the season. So that's a good sign for them. But yeah, the Dockers, they looked very impressive in their win over the Saints. So just like I said for the Cats, they should be able to take some confidence from that win, the Dockers, bring it into this weekend, and hopefully be able to beat the Swans again for my tips, please. Next up, we've got the Hawks taking on the Eagles at the MCG. I'll be backing the Hawks in this game. Yeah, they just looked very impressive last weekend, the Hawks. Their tackling pressure was amazing. Their just pressure around the whole ground was amazing, the Hawks, and they just played a very good brand of footy in that one against the Crows. The Eagles, they had some good patches against the Blues in that game, but inevitably got blown out the water. I feel like they're going to have a good crack at it this weekend against the Hawks, but like I said, the Hawks should be getting the job done in this one, considering how well they played against the Crows last weekend with their pressure and everything. So it should be the Hawks getting the job done in this one over the Eagles. Next up, we've got the D's taking on the Power at TIO Stadium. I'm going to be backing the D's in this one to get the job done. Obviously, the Power were thoroughly impressive against the Giants, keeping the Giants to 29 points in that game. But I just feel like even though the D's lost last weekend, I feel like they're going to come back out this weekend and, you know, have a bit of a fire in their belly, wanting to get back on the winners list. And I feel like they will do so against Port Adelaide in this game. So I'm going to be backing the D's in this one to beat the Power at TIO Stadium. And the last game of the weekend, we have the Bombers taking on the Swans at Marvel Stadium. The Swans, one of their greatest wins in their history last weekend. Noah Anderson after the siren. Thank you very much. I mean, the Tigers, when I looked at the score, I thought the Tigers had it. I thought they had it in the bag. And then I got a tweet that said, Suns win. I was like, what's happened here? And I saw that Noah Anderson goal after the siren, and I couldn't believe my eyes. So, fair play to the Suns. It was one of their best wins in their history. So, props to them. Obviously, props to the Bombers as well. I mean, even though they were playing a depleted side, that depleted line side took it up to the Bombers. So the Bombers were, you know, really good in being able to control that game and just being able to get that win. So fair play to them. But yeah, I feel like the Suns will be able to get the job done in this one. I just feel like they're going to take a lot of energy from last weekend's win over the Tigers, bring it into this game and be able to get the job done over the Bombers in this one. And that's all my tips done for this weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. My next video will be the Crows versus Pies matchday vlog, and you know, that will be Pendle's 350th, so obviously I can't wait to be there at the Adelaide Oval to support Pendles in his 350th game. That should be a very good watch. The vlog will be coming out on the Monday, the matchday vlog of that game. It will be coming out on Monday, not Sunday, because I will be driving back from Adelaide, not flying back. So the matchday vlog will have to come out on the Monday, so I just thought I'd let you guys know that. Besides that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in that video very soon. Cheers.